します。内熱衝撃板装填します。バンカーボルトリロード。
了解。明星のシルベート、天上の神々。
苦しませはしないから。前に出ます。輝きを。
王勢に兆しよ。カルディアの灯火よ。
修羅になるわ。羅刹と化すわ。修羅になるわ。
了解。かけろブリリア道路。水の彼方にて光を放て。あまりにも当てないでほしいな。叩き切れやろう。ブリリア道路行くぞ。強運の星よ。王勢の兆しよ。リラックスリラックス。
これでどうか。レオ、行くぞ。
はい、示弾装填します。神明凍結展開。これは多くのうち多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。呼応せよモールド・キャメロット。バーニャ突撃します。確実に。
死は動かず。虚空の神、今人知の敗北を宣言する。眼は古く、手足は脆く、知識はよどんだ。最後の人間としてあまたの決断、幾多の挫折、全ての繁栄をここに無と断じよう。この一撃をもって神は撃ち落とされ、変革の鐘を鳴らせ。グランドアニマ・アニムスピア。
ごめんなさい。
Yeah, we're supposed to lose that fight. Cool. It was as though the stars themselves fell upon their heads. Howls, cries, screams, it was impossible to tell which they were. The spell's magical energy, easily as powerful as one of Artemis' arrows, shattered servants one after another. This magical lineage used the celestial bodies themselves as a circuit of power. It was the ultimate magecraft for those with the deepest knowledge of astrology, a spell that had been passed down for generations since the first Chaldeans began to read the stars. A spell that united the boundless magical energy of the earth, the sky, and the universe into a single source of power. The same tremendous power is witnessed in the miraculous moments when the planets are aligned. The roar of the stars. Stars, cosmos, gods, animus. Antrum, unbirth. Anima, animusphere. Mash! No! Seems your servants did their best to protect you, but now you're the only one left, Terravada. As long as their master survives, Chaldea will never give in, no matter how many servants we squash. But regardless of how well optimized Chaldea may be to summon servants en masse, they are utterly powerless without a master to hold them together. No wonder Lev Lanier's attack on Chaldea was so devastatingly effective. Loath though I am to follow his example, I think it best that I snuff your life out here and now. The whole sky just went dark. Don't tell me he's gonna hit us with that again. Damn it, run for it, Terra. Don't come back to the border. Not even the border could survive a hit from that. You won't be any safer here than you are there. Don't sugarcoat it, but it's no use. That spell covers way too much ground. It doesn't matter how far Terra runs now, it'll catch her, both her and us. I hate to say it, but I think this might really be curtains for her. The young man raises his staff, the staff symbolizing celestial bodies towards the universe once again. There's nowhere left on this ocean, no, in this entire world, where we can escape. It won't be long now before the stars he commands begin their deadly reign upon Earth once more. Nope. I ain't dying. I'm just gonna decide I can't. There's nothing I can do. Every last servant lies sprawled out and helpless, including Mash. Even the beast, whose true nature nobody knows, hasn't had any power to call his own in a long time. I have no way of avoiding death. Command spells, magecraft, the team on the border, none of it can do any good now. There's someone here. She faces me and opens her mouth. I can't tell what she's feeling, nor can I hear what she's saying, but somehow I understand her all the same. She's looking at me, sprawled out and helpless, and she's mocking me, cursing me, despising me. Be gone. Huh? That back? I don't have time for this. This wasn't on my schedule at all, but that's life for you. You took the words right out of my mouth. Is it Francis Drake? So you're the unidentified mage who's been going around helping people in each of the Lost Belts. Merlin? The one from Chaldea. Roman? I don't fucking know. What are you doing here? My understanding is that your goal is to investigate and assess the people of each Lost Belt. So I fail to see what reason you have to aid the remnants of Chaldea. A great gust of wind whipped through the air, blowing away everything in sight. Or is it Director Olga? It was as though the wind shredded the steam obscuring my vision and ripped off the artifice with which I'd been affixed. It's Roman. I know. What an odd thing to say, Cristaria. Since when do I need a reason to help Chaldea? I suppose I can't argue with that. Am I right to presume this is a one-time only mistake, Doctor? Of course, Cristaria. The foreign god once saved your life, saved you from the brink of death. It is therefore only fair that the Chaldeans be similarly saved, if only once. Don't you think that's the best way to ensure you're both on equal ground? I see, true, I can't deny that this is only fair. You always did have a way with words. While I would like to disregard your argument and finish them off for good, I would rather not have to fight you in the process. It would be my second fight, after all, and that is something I must avoid for now. Very well, now that you haven't made yourself known, I will be gracious and let you save face. What do you say I end this battle now? Let Chaldea survive yet again and we leave it at that. Agreed, I also prefer to avoid needless conflict after all. Why not save our energy for when we really need it? If you leave, then so will I, and I don't just mean here and now, I mean from this entire Lost Belt, of course. I'm impressed you have the gall to say that, as if you hadn't long since washed your hands of the matter. Farewell then, Doctor. I doubt we'll ever see each other again, so let me leave you with one word of caution. This impression of yours is not particularly convincing. Actually, I have an extra coin I can use for my level up. That's cool. This guy's gotta be a servant, right? No, wait, on second thought, maybe not. Doctor? Doctor! Stay away from me. You make my head hurt. I knew it. Things simply happen to work out this way today. Just forget about what happened here. And don't tell anyone else from Chaldea about it either. There's someone on that boat who can't be trusted. Huh? What do you mean? Gordolf. I'm not going to tell you. Figure it out for yourselves. It's your job to figure out how to get past the 3 obstacles that Artemis, Odysseus, and Poseidon pose. You need to find a way to cross this sea on your own power. Only once you do that will you be granted the right to stand before this Lost Belt's king. Wait, please don't go yet. There is nothing left for me to see in this Lost Belt, and I have no interest in your struggles. If you don't want to die, no, if you truly want to live, then fight back. Not that I expect it'll make any difference, there's no way to save this planet. Ah, his heat signature is completely gone. It looks like he warped away on his own. Who was that man? Take it easy. Right now we need to heal up and get the hell out of here. If Kristaria knew where we were, odds are better than even that Odysseus does too. Oh right, I need to report in. What the hell just happened? There was a moment back there when all of your vital signs just vanished. I thought my heart was going to stop beating. In fact, I'm quite sure it actually did. Calm down, Gordy. You're not the only one who wants to get a word in right now. Oh man, what a relief. You're all okay, right? Think so. Phew. Alright, you can take your time and tell us all about what happened later. Right now, we need to get out of here pronto. Come on, hurry. Let go of me, Castor. You bet I will. I don't want to have to touch your filthy body any more than absolutely necessary. Okay, I'll go ahead and kill her now. You little... You know, Canis, I've always thought that you didn't belong with the gods. Your uncouth manner of speech, your intolerable attitude, nothing about you befits a god. I expect Lord Kristar only overlooked your behavior out of affection. That's over now that Poseidon's noble phantasm has been demolished. So on behalf of all the true gods, we sentence you to death for your crimes. Death. You little... I'll kill you! Your twisted nature couldn't be more plain, Canis. Both your heart and your mind are warped beyond redemption. Even becoming a god has done nothing to fix that. You were never anything more than a recipient of the sea god's love. How could you possibly begin to match us? You never even understood Lord Kristaria's vision for bringing about a new age of gods. All you ever did was flail about in anger, curse the gods, and think nothing but yourself. Given all that, did you really think Lord Kristaria actually trusted you? Exactly, of course you didn't. In the end, Canis, you were nothing more than a woman. Gah! We'll have to thank everyone at Chaldea for this opportunity, though of course I'm sure they're all dead now. Alright, let's head back. We still need to tell Lord Kristaria that we disposed of the filthy bitch just as he orders to. Hold it. Just die already. I'm sinking. Down, 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 down. Damn it, this can't be happening. I can't go out like this. I still haven't finished what I wanted to do. I still haven't avenged the miracle of me being summoned as a heroic spirit. I still haven't had a chance to slaughter those bastard gods. And above all, I still need to pay him back for putting his collar on me. I've got to pay him back. I need to pay him back. Kristaria, Kristaria. Kristaria! What's going on? What in the world just happened? Where's Kristaria? Did you actually manage to drive him off? I'm afraid the situation remains unclear. Once Kristaria would uncast a second spell, we were only able to pick up audio and only bits and pieces at that. It could be a residual effect of the sheer scale of his remarkable magecraft where he manipulated stars to rain down meteors. For the past 3 minutes, every one of our instruments effectively ceased to function. I doubt there's anyone inside the border who knows what happened. Well, never mind. That now. Terrorata, Mashkiria Light, both of you, return here at once. Given the horrific battle you've just been through, we need to check your vitals as soon as possible. Right, understood. Let's go, Master. I know a lot's happened, but right now we need to take stock of our current situation. Well done on making it back intact. The servants are still severely injured, but I'm overjoyed to see that you two are both unhurt. Unfortunately, we still have the problem of Kristaria to deal with. How in the world did he cast a spell capable of nearly decimating our servants without so much as a how do you do? Is that even humanly possible? No, it isn't. A few rare and notable exceptions aside, there is simply no way for a mage to defeat a servant who managed genuinely heroic accomplishments in life. Right, that's exactly what I thought too. And even among those notable exceptions, the very best they could hope to accomplish is to strike a single blow in retaliation. Decimating the multiple servants as easily as taking candy from the proverbial baby is simply not within human capacity. I took a look at Crystaria's file from before he became a cryptor. While there is no question that he was a true genius, if he had such massive amounts of magical energy at his command at the time, he would have been seal designated. Seal designated? It's what ends up happening to mages who exceed the bounds of genius and pursue singular fields of magecraft. It's essentially declaring them to be such intriguing figures that they need to either be kept in isolation or studied as a specimen. Being declared such a figure is the greatest honor the association can confer, but it also makes that figure's life very difficult. Mages like that love delving into their preferred fields of research, but once they have a seal designation, they can no longer pursue their research any further. While this usually leads to the mage in question going into hiding and cutting ties with the association, every now and then one of them is able to have their seal lifted in exchange for agreeing to contribute to the association. Incidentally, I can assure you that you can rest at ease, Terrarata. Getting such a designation is something a third-rate mage like yourself will never have to worry about. And even if you did end up designated thanks to some freak accident, I can always put a word in with my old policies chums to have it lifted. Ha 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 ha. Thank you for filling Miss Terravata in, Gordolf. At any rate, there you have it. If Cristaria had previously possessed enough magical energy to cast a spell capable of wiping out multiple servants, we would surely have seen signs of it in the records of the man. And yet there was nothing of the sort. Any thoughts on the matter, Da Vinci? Oh yeah, of course. That magecraft he used is the basis of what ended up becoming astrology. It's basically the primal form of astromancy magecraft. One that temporarily assumes control over planets, the heavens, and the universe. Astromancy is part of Animusphere's field of study, and it only deals with predicting the future and observing the stars. There's nothing in it that could possibly cause the sort of cataclysm we saw here. Did you hit your head or something? Technical advisor? Believe me, I wish you were right. But after seeing there Crystaria's magecraft in action, its identity couldn't be any clearer. That was ideal magecraft. It is a type that is even older than the Age of Gods, back when the planets, the heavens, and the universe were all overflowing with magical energy. Over time, as humanity's consumption-based civilization took control and developed further, every field of magecraft began to decline in power and scale. Astrology was no exception. While it once involved receiving power from space, at some point it became nothing more than a way to observe space. However, I see, so this is the original form of astrology. It draws strength from the stars in a much more literal sense. The magical energy that rotates the planet, the magical energy that fills the sky, and the magical energy that rains from the heavens. In ancient Greece, the world, the sky, and the heavens were all separate layers, and each layer's magical energy value differed accordingly. So we can presume that the magical energy we saw Cristaria wielding here would be the heavens, that is, the laws that govern outer space. There's just no other way he'd be able to manipulate stars otherwise. The spell he casts involves manually aligning planets to have them in an absolutely ginormous magical circuit. It's no exaggeration to say he's able to use a bigger magical circuit than any other mage in all of human history. When you think about it that way, it's no wonder at all that he managed to create a rain of meteors. Honestly, it's still kinda hard to believe, but now that we see him in action for ourselves, I have to conclude that Cristaria Wodheim has reached the zenith of what's humanly possible, to the point where he possesses even more absolute power than this Lost Belt's king. Speechless. Okay, but in that case, there's one thing that adds up even less than it did before. If his genius gave him the godlike power, why didn't he use it to conquer the clock tower ages ago? Like, why would he even bother coming to Chaldea at all? Yes, an excellent point. The jealousy-riddled viewpoint of a commander such as yourself has been most informative, Moody. Indeed, that is a good point. As such, I can only surmise that Cristaria came to Chaldea for a single reason. Everything he did to create this very situation. Before the earth was wiped clean, he was certainly an exceptional person, but he was far from omnipotent. So why such a stark difference between then and now? The answer is obvious. Back then, the planet was simply incapable of recreating such ancient astromancy. Regardless of how refined the Animusphere's secret spells may have been, there was just no environment available to use them anywhere in the world. I suspect that is precisely why Cristaria chose to grow the Atlantic Lost Belt. The Greek view of space and the Animusphere's theories and magecraft have excellent chemistry, so to speak. So the closer the Greek world gets to the Age of Gods, the closer his magecraft approaches the domain of the gods. No, if anything, it becomes mystic, surpassing them. I can't believe it. Then does this mean wiping the Earth clean was part of Crystaria's plan all along? I'm afraid I can't speak to that. His power may be unrivaled here in this Atlantic Lost Belt, but he never had the kind of power capable of changing the world before, let alone bleaching it completely. No, I expect this is some other being's doing. The foreign god remains the most likely candidate there, and as far as the foreign god was concerned, Crystaria, with his magecraft capable of controlling celestial bodies, was the perfect fit for the job. In fact, if you will indulge a moment's speculation, I would not be surprised to know that the foreign god considered every human other than Crystaria unnecessary. If true, that would make the other cryptors no more than a bonus. The foreign god could have done without them. That's awful. I can't imagine having such a little regard for other people's lives. At any point, I see no need to come up with a strategy for the next time we face him right now, especially since we still lack any viable means of doing so. We can revisit this matter later once we have more information to work with. Yes, I suppose you're right. Always put off the troublesome things till tomorrow. That's the Music's secret motto. Why secret? Because if Tool 4 were to find out about it, she'd hound me incessantly until I got those troublesome things done. But never mind that. We should get going right now before something else comes and attacks us at sea. The cloaking functionality is all back up and running, so now's a good time to rest up in your room if you want. I think I'll do that. Good. You should rest up too, Mash. I'd like you to try to recuperate as much as you possibly can. Unfortunately, being a demi-servant doesn't do anything to prevent mental stress. I swear, they look like they might keel over at any moment. Ahem, alright, speaking as your Supreme Commander, I want to commend you both on a battle well fought. However, right now, you need to take a nice hot shower and get yourselves to bed. Commander's orders. Go on then, on the double! That was definitely Dr. Roman. I'm sorry to bother you when you're resting, Senpai. Fool! Don't worry about it, that's okay, I want to talk to you too. I always want to talk to Mash. Thank you, may I sit down? Fool! Was that really Dr. Roman? Sure looked like him. Yes, and that white jacket looked a lot like the one Dr. Roman used to wear. But it wasn't him, at least I don't think so. I mean, he didn't behave like him. You're right, I admit my mind went blank when I first saw him. But no, I don't think it was him either. Dr. Roman would never have looked at anyone like that, no matter what. So, that couldn't have been him, but I still couldn't help but think. If that was really him, if I had one more chance to see him again... I thought I'd finally get to tell him how grateful I am for everything he did for us. Woo! I wish I could have done that too, but that wasn't him. I'm actually kind of in the dark on how Dr. Roman and the other Da Vinci died. Something wrong? Oh no, nothing's wrong. I was just hoping to talk to Master, but it looks like she's already occupied. Gotcha. Mash is a good servant, isn't she? You definitely don't see a lot of shielders out there. I guess when you're a master, there really is something special about your very first servant, huh? Yeah, probably. Right, of course. Yeah, I'd better just leave well enough alone here. Remind me, why are you on my boat again? Because I wanted to be here? I'm sorry for the intrusion, Jason. I hope we're not bothering you. Well, you are. A lot. Yeah, sorry for the trouble and stuff. Don't worry about it, Mash. It's quite a relief that we're able to communicate remotely once again thanks to our restored cloaking functionality. However, we must remain vigilant. We may be able to fool the god's eyes, but not the human mind. Now that Crystaria has retreated to Olympus, they're bound to pull out all the stops. Then we'll just have to keep scurrying away like rats. I can only hope we are able to come up with a plan that can confound their expectations and thwart their own designs. I don't suppose you have anything to offer in that regard, Mr. Jason? Of course not. If it were easy to come up with a plan to defeat Odysseus and his fleet, somebody would have done it long ago. Be that as it may, we can't run away forever. Yeah, I guess you're right. Alright, I'm just gonna trust my future self to come up with something brilliant.